Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Beer and Real Estate. This is the show where two guys talk about two of their favorite things, beer and real estate. I'm Ryan Wall.
And I'm Brian Colquitt. And on today's episode of Beer and Real Estate, we're going to talk about one of the big topics that you're hearing through the news, this big word and fearful word called recession. Recession. So if you listen to the news, you listen to what everybody's talking about, you keep hearing recession's coming. So we want to kind of help you guys kind of debunk and kind of give you some facts and some truth on that, and let you know that the word recession does not mean housing market crash. So
that's right.
Yeah. So I'll say, Ryan, you'll kind of start us off with that as far as one, like, what are we hearing? We're hearing that 2008's coming again. People that's the fear that, you hear the word recession, that's the immediate it's the most recent memory for a lot of folks. Is 2008.
Yeah. No, I mean, why not? I mean, it was crippling to people. I mean, and even in, just a general public, any homeowner, it was crippling.
Yeah.
But I mean, real estate agents too. I mean, a lot of them got out of the game. Mortgage companies closed down. It was a big deal. So, and I think people partner that housing crisis and recession because it happened at the same time, and that a lot of people are under the wrong assumption that that's just what happens, as opposed to that just being a main factor at that point.
Correct. Yeah. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about now. Is like, yes, your recession is probably coming. Yes, but like I said, the housing market is kind of on the back burner of a lot of what these economists and specialists are talking about. It's more the stock market and things like that might adjust first.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the housing market is strong right now. From everything we're seeing, we have high prices, values are still going up, days on market are still low.
Yeah, appreciation rates are still around 6%, which is, history average is around 3.5, 4%. So we're still above where we should be.
Yeah, and then inventory is still low, which is
still so much money.
Yeah, still think buyers are out there, buyers have cash, buyers are getting loans, and they're purchasing homes, and there's a lot of equity in the market.
Yeah. And that's the biggest thing too. I like the equity part. I'm glad you said that, because I think that's the difference between 2008. I think 2003 through 2008, people started getting greedy, wasn't manageable. They started saying, "Oh, I got a lot of equity in my house. Let me take out the second mortgage."
Yeah.
And then when the market did kind of reverse a little bit, now all of a sudden you're upside down in your mortgages. You can't pay your payments, things like that. I think that's the biggest difference now. Is I don't remember the exact number, so I apologize, but we talked about it in a previous episode where I can't remember the percentage, but a large percentage of American homes today have at least 50% equity in their homes.
I think you're right. I don't remember the number either. Yeah. Steve Harney told us the number, and we talked about it, and but I don't remember. But it was something ridiculous. I believe it was over 50%. Over 50% equity, which is crazy, insane. Yeah, it's incredible.
That's a lot of money out there that I guess people since then, which is smart, but they've learned from that. They've learned to say, hey, this is a huge financial resource for me. I'm not going to protect it.
I'm going to protect it. This is my retirement. This is my anything bad happens in life, this is my investment that I can liquidate at any point to take care of a hardship.
I'm not drink if I will.
Liquidate that. But and then not to mention, you got to think like the recovery period from the last recession. It was a bad time, but it was actually. It's amazing, I guess what I'm trying to say is that there's that much equity out there that we've been able to recover to this point. I know it's been a decade and, it's been a decade, but at the same time, that climb back up, it's like people learn quick.
Yeah.
Okay, I see the mistakes that maybe my grandparents made or my parents made. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get in there. And the people that were there are now able to come back and buy again. Their credit has been repaired. Their life has been improved. And they've gotten back to a strong place, and they've learned from that.
Exactly. And I think tying in kind of what we began with the word recession and housing crisis. So I think coming in, they polled, let me see, what is it? Over the last 5 recessions, again, you're hearing the word recession, you're automatically thinking, it means home values are going up. Over the last 5 recessions, 3 of those years, home values actually increased.
Out of the last 5.
Out of the last 5.
That's cool.
One of them, of course, being 2008, home values decreased by almost 19%, which we all know about. But they kind of polled a lot of them, like I said, specialist economists here recently as far as when you think the next recession is coming. And a lot of them do think it's coming as soon as 2020. I think this ties in with it's an election year. You're going to start hearing a lot of this debate, and you got the Democrats battling the Republicans and vice versa. What's going to kind of help cause somebody to get elected. And again, it always comes down to the economy is a big thing.
Yeah.
Where we're at with the economy is going to be a big deciding factor as far as who's getting elected. We know that. So I think you're going to hear that discussion a lot.
Yeah, and I think it's important to discuss that as agents and as folks like what we're talking about right now, because there's going to be so much fear mongering. The fear mongering is a tool in any election on both sides. It's a tool that's used a lot. So coming in and talking about recession, you know, and housing crisis, they're going to couple that with it. We need to make sure we're putting out facts like what we have. You know, right now. I mean,
for our clients.
For our clients, exactly. Because you know, I was there in 2008. I a young kid selling real estate. And you know, it wasn't like this. I remember there was so many houses on the market, and just no buyers to buy them, and folks were losing them. I remember, you know, we sold a lot of foreclosures then, and we keep an inventory of 20 to 30 foreclosures at a time that were for sale.
Yeah,
it was just wild.
That's pretty much all there was.
Yeah,
you know, so every street corner had 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, now we're for foreclosure. Try to find something with equity that's a good deal. It's hard.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like in a cardboard box or something.
Yeah, that's that one you want.
But I think you touched on it. I think the most important thing, I think with folks like Steve Harney and Keep It Current Matters and some of these other top agents, basically our job as real estate professionals is getting that word out that, you know, kind of debunking that fear that a lot of Americans are having that crap, recession's coming, that means my values, you know, my mortgage is going to go upside down, all this different stuff.
I need to sell real quick.
Quick, or maybe I should hold on, or whatever it is. Like, I got this equity, let me not sell, I don't want to buy my next house, and all this different stuff. Like, I don't think that's coming. You know, you ask all the experts, yes, the recession is coming, but I mean, we're looking at it right here. I think those same experts that they polled as far as when the next recession is coming in 2020, I think real estate housing market came in at number 9 on the list as far as the reason why the recession is going to happen.
And what was it? No way.
Number 1.
Number 1. Okay.
Number 1. Yeah. They, in 2007, they did pretty much the same. I think it's 95 panels that they interviewed and kind of polled.
Yeah.
All of them said, hey, we're about to enter a recession. The number 1 reason is housing market. Now you ask that same exact poll, same exact questions, they're coming back saying number 9 on the list is coming in the housing market. So there's so much other factors that's going to kind of come into that. Housing market's kind of an afterthought.
And it's wild, like, you know, we can't predict. I mean, me and you aren't predicting the recession.
Yeah.
Steve Harney can, you know, Oracle. But nonetheless, like, you know, coming in, seeing some of the things that are up, the trade policy, stock market correction, all that is stuff that we're seeing happening. You know, and especially over the last few weeks.
Correct. Yeah,
it's incredible.
Yeah, and again, I think a lot of it has to do with the next 18 months. We're going into an election, so it happens every election. You know, everything. This is the topics that we talk about every time. What's the fear that we can put into Americans that's going to cause such and such president or such and such to be elected our next president? You know, it's all fear based. What can we kind of scare the average person with?
Yeah,
in my opinion.
So what are we saying? Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. Now is still a good time to buy or sell real estate. I still think now is, and it always has been over the history of time, real estate is normally the safest bet if you look at it long term. You know,
even in the recession, real estate was. I mean, honestly, during the actual recession that was housing crisis related, the best thing you could have done at that point is buying real estate. I mean, because imagine the equity right now. Yeah,
exactly. So think about these folks right now that has all this equity, or you know, whatever. If you have cash, like maybe now is a good time to hold on to it.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't think you're going to see the values decrease. I think a lot of them are comparing this recession to a 2001 or something like that, which 2001 recession was caused by technology. You know, that was the technology crisis, everything like that. Technology started hitting it off, and then the economy kind of stepped back a little bit because nobody knew what was coming.
Yeah.
But
Y2K.
Yeah. Y2K. But I think at that time, I think housing values still increased by about 6%.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So like, yes, we had a recession, but home values still went up 6%.
Exactly.
You know, so it's like, from what we're hearing is that's going to be more good comparison to what we're about to experience in 2020.
Okay.
So that's gonna be a good thing. So like if you're seeing that, or if you're hearing that this word recession, you keep saying that, all right, I've been thinking about buying a house, I'm thinking about selling it, I'm gonna hold off until it. In my opinion, I think what you're gonna start seeing is that it might not be a good idea. I think you're safe on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, definitely safe. I just keep living life as you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you got the money, in my opinion, you have the money to invest. It's never a bad time in the real estate market, in my opinion, to actually buy real estate.
No.
It's always going to be your safest investment. It's not going to be volatile like the stock market.
Yeah.
You know, if you hang on to it, it's going to come back. I mean, I saw something the other day, and I wish I would have had it for today. But it talked about that it was talking about investments, how much people's stock was worth that you know, invested in Enron, invested in this, and it's like. worth this, now worth this.
Yeah.
You know? And it's never going to be the case with real estate. You're never going to see real estate lose value and not come back.
No, I mean, you look at like I said, there's been, well, just think about it, the last 5 recessions, you hear this word recession, you think it's common. I think the last 5, there's been 5 since 1978 or something like that, 80. I mean, that's not a lot, And like I said, 3 of those times, values went up.
Yeah.
And really, the other year that it went down, I can't remember what year it was, but it decreased by like 1%. And then 2008, of course, was a big 19% decrease. But I don't know. I just think that all these topics you're hearing on CNN, Fox News, CNBC, you're hearing, recession is coming, protect everything. Like, it's all fear-based is what they're trying to basically get out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because are you gonna turn on the news and says everything's good? No,
No.
that's boring news.
No.
Like
No.
it's either something's got to happen that's gonna spike
Yeah.
your emotion.
Yeah.
And so you're gonna keep tuning in. You keep gonna make decisions, which creates brand new news.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here's what we're talking about right there. Yeah, 91 was the last, I think, 80, in 1980 was a recession. Home values went up 6.1%. 1981, another recession, went up 3.5%. 91 went down 2%.
Yeah.
2001, we just talked about, went up 6.6%.
Dang.
And of course, 19% down.
That's
Fewer
crazy.
decrease. So that chart kind of tells you guys a lot, but we'll share that with you guys if you want to. But
Yeah.
it's like I said, recession does not mean housing market crash. And I think that's what a lot of people are fearful of. Because it is their number one investment.
Right.
Real estate in their house.
And not to mention, let's think, go back to 91. Do you remember in 91 the housing market?
No, I was 3 years old.
I was 6, exactly. So most of the folks right now that are looking at real estate stuff, they're not remembering 1991. They're definitely not remembering 1980. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So all they remember is 2008 because that's in their recent
That's the
lifetime.
most recent, exactly. That's the most recent, and beyond, there's a reason for it. I mean, that was probably one of the worst American history was that crash. I mean, it was bad.
It was.
So I mean, it's going to be one of those things. Like I said, I don't think 2008 is coming again. It's not. It's a totally different type of situation that we're in. Housing market is way stronger than it was as far as home values and equity and things like that go. Interest rates. I think they put up something the other day. I think right now they said if interest rates dropped another half or like 1/4%, that home affordability would be at an all-time high. Which a lot of people think that homes, it's tough to buy a house, it's more expensive because of all this stuff. No, if interest rates drop just as little, almost like 1/4%, we would be at an all-time high of home affordability, almost like 22% as far as, that's crazy.
It is crazy.
So you're all just everything's false. Don't listen to the news.
Everything's false.
Listen to your real estate.
I mean, we're the real deal.
Say listen to us. We're gonna tell you the truth. People like Steve Harney, all these other local real estate folks, that's kind of or national real estate folks, is telling you, listen to them. Don't listen to the CNN folks, Fox News, whatever it is. Most of them's BS anyways.
Yeah, exactly, and it's opinion. It's so many opinion pieces. When you listen to folks that have, stats. This is okay. This plus this equals this. Not, well, I feel like this way.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah, and first off, like where this information is coming from, it ain't like we're just printing it off. I mean, Keeping Current Matters, you guys, for those in the real estate industry know about Keeping Current Matters, but these are folks that basically this is all they do. They study what is the market, what we're doing. They spend, anywhere from 5 to 10 hours a day reading articles and everything, and basically debunking a lot of the headlines that you see, and kind of going back to the truth of the story and actually kind of filtering that out to folks.
And these home values, you're pulling from, it says here, Core Logic, which is one of the largest true data, home sales data companies out there.
Yeah.
That's what us realtors use for MLS and for it's not Zillow.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So that's real high. But all in all, I just think what we're trying to get out there, and you're going to hear that a lot from a lot of us in the future, is recession does not mean housing crisis. You guys are still good. Don't be fearful as far as what's to come. Now is still a good time to be a home owner.
Yes, it is.
Still American dream. Whether some people want to believe it or not, I still think it's American dream.
It is. It's a question. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't want to rent. I like it.
No.
I got $4 or $5 more than I should.
Yeah, I agree. And then again, it's an investment. It's the whole point is the retirement.
It's a safety net. Overall, it's a safety net, safe investment.
Yeah, I thought you were going with safety nets. That's why I shot there, but you were going with safe investment. So you said safety net, safe investment. Okay, so let me ask you this, throw it off. So what is one thing, we're talking about memories, and this is completely off topic, but what's one thing you remember about 2008, besides the recession, besides housing crisis? Just anything in life.
For myself?
Yeah, just anything about 2008.
I don't want to give my age away. But, and you got to think, I think I graduated high school the year before that. So I was a young buck. But there's not much. There's not much. Even somebody as young as I was, I knew about the housing crisis.
Yeah, I remember MySpace. That's about it.
Yeah.
MySpace and housing crisis. Yeah, we have
How does MySpace always come up on Big Real Estate?
I don't know.
Tom, if you're out there, bring it back.
Yeah, let's come to that.
Yeah.
We're gonna get
Or Zuckerberg, like add, my biggest thing I loved was the playlist.
the playlist.
Yeah, on MySpace, you could add music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could. You're right.
Background theme and all that stuff.
That's right. That was cool. And
Yeah.
you had your top 8 just so your friends knew where they stood in your life.
Yeah. Always get off track.
Back to the housing, non-housing crisis.
Yeah. Yes. So you got anything to add? I feel like we kind of covered a lot. We got a lot of kind of data we can kind of show you guys, but we just want to kind of hop on here along with a lot of the other people. And
Yeah, feel free to comment below.
Yeah.
Like, any questions you have, like I said, People Current Managers is a wealth of knowledge. We love to check with them and Steve. We have a lot of sources, but I mean, this is true factual data. We share that with you, send it out, email it. But no, I'll say this, like again, like I just don't. And I know I'm real estate, maybe I'm biased, but you know, I can say that no matter what's happened, any recession, any market, whatever, investing in something, saving your money, putting it into something that's going to grow or something that's safe is always the best bet. That's always been real estate. So.
Yeah, I'll say it's always been, I'm not saying, it's been very close to number one depending on how you do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's been very good.
So stop doing what you're doing. Buy or sell, keep doing it.
And I think hopefully we'll kind of come back across this topic in the future as far as things, because I think over the next 18 months, you're going to hear even more about this. This is kind of only the beginning as far as let's throw this recession word out there so we can start freaking about come election time.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we'll have to kind of come back around and talk about this a little bit more, which we will.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe we can get Steve Harney on here or something.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, let's do it. Get on here and talk to us.
Yes, but we just want to kind of thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Beer and Real Estate. And as always, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And Ryan, you good?
I'm good.
All right, cheers.
Hey, cheers.
Welcome back.
Thanks again. Yeah, welcome back.
Yes.